Can you believe that January is already over? Like the first month of 2019 just flew by. Oh, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a crazy month and I've been trying a lot of new skincare. So give this video a big thumbs up because today I'm going to share with you guys my favorites for the month of January. So I think it's no secret that I absolutely love toners. It's really a staple product in my routine, especially when it comes to dehydrated skin. But to be honest with you, I think there is a toner out there for every skin type. And one of the new toners that I've tried this month that I've really fallen in love with is the Iunik Rose Galactomyces Essential Toner. Now, this has been a really great watery light toner. This is perfect for dehydrated skin, oily skin, even dry skin, to be completely honest with you. But this is perfect watery toner, and even though I'm liking thicker toners in the winter because they just have a little bit more moisture, it's really important for my skin type to start off with something watery with a lot of hydration. So this is really filling that slot in my skincare routine. This is the first step that I use right after cleansing, and I'm really enjoying this one. It's got a beautiful rose petal scent. It's very natural, it's not overpowering, and it's not fake at all. I hate artificial scents in skincare. This one just smells really nice. It's got rose water as well as a little bit of rose oil in it, and it does feel very nourishing on the skin. It doesn't have a greasy finish by any means, but it does have just a little bit more of that nourishing finish to it that I really like and definitely appreciate now that my skin's been a little bit more on the dry side with winter time. So this is a really beautiful one from Iunik. This is one of the first products I've tried from this brand, and I've been really impressed with it so far. So I have another favorite toner to share with you. Now, as I mentioned before, my skin's been pretty dry. Now that it's the dead of winter, the temperatures have been really icy cold. The wind has been relentless. It really dries my face out. Plus, I've started to experiment a little bit with retinol, and that tends to make my skin even drier. So I've really been relying on a lot of moisturizing type products. And layering toners is a really great technique to get as much hydration into my dehydrated skin, into my moisture barrier, but then using thicker toners to kind of help seal in that first watery toner is a really great method to kind of start doing hydration layering and starting to seal it in with moisture. And one of my favorite thicker toners this month has been a brand new discovery for me and a brand new Korean brand, which is ENS Jung Sun Soothing Moisture Skin Essence. Now this is called an essence, but it is a toner. Now the reason that they say essence in the name is because it's nutrition packed, just like an essence would. You know, really the difference between toners and essences, toners are really just, you know, strictly hydration, and essences are like hydration with some skin nutrients involved. And this is kind of a hybrid between the two. It's got the nutrients, but it's also got the hydration of a toner. Now, the toner on this one, the texture, super thick. This is much thicker than the Klairs preparation, supple preparation toner, and I find the texture on this one to be more jelly-like is the best way to describe it. However, it spreads across the skin really beautifully and it sinks in like a dream. My skin just really drinks this one up actually for it being a much thicker toner. Now, let me tell you what impressed me about this one from the get-go. The ingredients. You know, I am an ingredients junkie geek. I love ingredients, and it's one of the first things I look at when I'm considering a product. And this one was very impressive. So first things first, this is 8 moisturizers in the ingredients list alone. It includes some usually ones that aren't included in Korean products that I see a lot of times, including squalane. And this also includes ceramides, which is like, hello, dehydrated skin and compromised moisture barriers dream, right? Like as much ceramides as we can get as possible is what we want. So including the 8 moisturizing ingredients, it also has allantoin, it has niacinamide. It's like, you can literally pack no more good ingredients into this toner. It's a really beautifully formulated toner. My skin is just absolutely loving it. It makes my skin feel so comfortable. And this is gonna be a wintertime staple for me, and I have already made a huge dent in this bottle. So the next category of products is oils. As I said, my skin's been pretty dry, so using an oil right now has been a really good way to treat that dry skin and keep it comfortable. Now, oil can actually be really great for dehydrated skin and compromised moisture barriers as well, especially if they're high in linoleic acid. Now, that's a fatty acid that really helps feed your moisture barrier. And something that I've been loving that I've teased to you guys before is this Rovectin Skin Essentials Barrier Repair Multi-Oil. This stuff is, first of all, it's a huge bottle, but this stuff's amazing. I'm really enjoying this blend of oils. It's high in linoleic acid. It feeds your moisture barrier. It tells you that it feeds the moisture barrier right there in the title of the product, which, I mean, I love. It just makes things so easy for us, right? Now, this is a really nice light and dry oil. So this is really going to be a nice one for people who haven't tried oils before or are on the fence about oils, because the finish on this one, it sinks into your skin really quickly and it doesn't leave any kind of greasy residue. And that's the one thing that I really feel like oils need to do. They need to absorb quickly. They can't sit on top of my skin. They can't interrupt my makeup, right? This one does the trick. It kind of checks all those boxes. Plus, it feels amazing on the skin because it absorbs into your skin so quickly. And when I first put this on, my skin was feeling really dry and irritated. And I first put this on, it literally felt like my skin said, ah. I'm not kidding you, you guys. Like, you know that feeling when your skin feels immediate relief from dryness or irritation. And this gave me immediate relief. So this has been a keeper since day one. I've been really impressed with it. Now, I have to tell you, the bottle's huge. This is a huge bottle of oil, and it's called multi-oil because you can also use it for your body and you can use it for your hair. So it's a really good value as well. Now, the next product that I have to show you is also an oil. As I said, I've been experimenting with oils quite a bit. Now, the Rovectin oil was linoleic acid, and that's great for your moisture barrier. And the opposite of linoleic acid is oleic acid. That's found in oils that create really great occlusive barriers that really help seal down and lock in your skincare layers. And one of my favorite oleic acids that I've been experimenting with for a while now, but have really started to appreciate this month, is the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. Now, this stuff is pretty darn expensive, I have to tell you, but it's a really nice oil. This is very, you know, the way that this one has been formulated, it's very silky. It sinks into the skin really nicely. It has a really beautiful slip to it that not all Marula oils that I've tried in the past have. So I have noticed a little bit of a difference in the formulation of this Marula oil. It's a little bit more cosmetically elegant. Now let me tell you how I use this one because it is a little different than the Rovectin oil. I actually like to use this mixed into my moisturizer at the end of my routine when my skin is feeling super duper dry. This is something that I use kind of in the same way I would use a sleeping pack as a way to lock down my layers. I'm not necessarily looking for this to feed my moisture barrier because it's a pretty high oleic acid oil, so it can help a little bit with your moisture barrier, but not as much as the high linoleic acid oils can. So that's not really what I'm using this oil for, but I'm really using it to help lock in my layers. Now, there's actually a second way that I use this Marula oil as well. As I mentioned before, I have been kind of starting my journey with using retinol in my routine. But because my skin is so sensitive and I'm trying to be very careful about using retinol, which can be very irritating to skin, I've actually been kind of creating a skincare cocktail with this oil. So at the end of my routine, I mix the Marula oil along with my moisturizer, which is usually the CeraVe Daily Moisturizing Cream, along with a little pea-sized amount of retinol. I mix that up into basically like a paste in my palm, and then I apply it. The Marula oil and the moisturizer help buffer the retinol so that it doesn't sit so immediately on my skin. It kind of helps to deter the irritant of the retinol. It gives it a little bit more of a nourishing delivery system so it's not so harsh on my skin. And so this has just been a really great way to mix in stronger ingredients into my routine to use as a cocktail or as a buffer, but it also works great on its own to create an occlusive barrier on my skin. So let's talk about masks. I have been relying on sheet masks a lot lately. Actually, I've been really into multi-masking, to be honest with you. I've really been into starting my routine with a wash-off mask, and then midway through my routine, I like to add in a sheet mask. Super luxurious, right? Actually, it's pretty time-consuming, but like I said, my skin's been pretty dry, and it's all about, nourishing my skin, babying my skin, and making sure that everything that I need in my skin is there, and I'm not losing it to the elements, right? So one of my favorite sheet mask discoveries this month has been an oldie but a goodie. Now, one of the very first brands of sheet mask that I've ever tried is My Beauty Diary, and I highly recommend them as a brand. They make such high quality sheet masks. But today's sheet mask from My Beauty Diary is actually a new version, and that's the Duo Brightening Black Pearl EX Plus. It's a long one. Repair Power Brightening Black Pearl EX Plus mask. It's basically just right off the box. So anyways, this is the kind of the deluxe version of their Black Pearl mask. So this one includes Arbutin as well as the Black Pearl extract. And what it does is it really helps brighten up your skin. Now you guys out there who are in love with ingredients, I know your eyes lit up when I said Arbutin, right? Because most masks will include niacinamide, which is nothing wrong with niacinamide. It's a great brightener, but I think a lot of us who have experienced Arbutin know that Arbutin is it's A plus, right? It works a little better than niacinamide, at least in my personal experience. So anytime I see Arbutin, I'm always intrigued because I just love its results. And this mask is no different. It really brightens up your skin. Now, the interesting thing about this one is it really makes my skin look healthy too, not just bright. I think there's a difference between when your skin looks bright and when your skin looks glowy, healthy, and translucent. There's a difference, and this one gives you both. It brightens up your skin tone. I have noticed that it takes redness away. With continued use, I think it does help speed up the healing of hyperpigmentation. It's a booster, it's not going to solve your problem. It's going to boost your product's results. But it also makes my skin just look glowy, lit from within, and super healthy. And as I mentioned before, this month has been crazy for me, and I have not been getting the sleep that I need. And it shows on my face, and I swear to you, this mask has made my skin just look better. It looks like I've gotten a lot more sleep than I have. So I really recommend this one. And like I said, in general, I really like My Beauty Diary masks. So another mask favorite of mine is a super duper popular product. And I have to tell you, whenever something is super hyped up or super popular, I'm super skeptical. Are you like me? I hate when I fall for the hype, but anytime something is really well loved, I look at it with like a magnifying glass. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I don't believe it. So I have to tell you, I did try the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the original berry flavor, and I liked it. Oh, it lives up to the hype. So this one is super hyped up on Instagram, and I kind of stayed away from it because I just figured it didn't work, but I have to tell you, it does. Now, I have super dry lips, and my lips were just feeling it. At the end of December, they're feeling really dried out, and they're starting to crack and feel painful. Dried out from within feeling. As soon as I used this mask on the first use, I felt relief from that like super dry feeling, and within a few days, my lips were back to normal. Wow. Like I said, my lips are always dry year round, so anytime I find a lip product that really works for my lips, and my lips are picky, not every lip product works well for me, but this one did. So I've actually been using this day and night now. You don't have to just use this at night because it's not sticky, it's not oily, it doesn't create like a waxy film on your lips. It just feels very like balmy on the lips. It plays really nicely even on top of like lip color. So I can't really fault it for anything. It really does the trick. It really does live up to the hype. I really do like this mask, and I do see myself, once this pot is pretty big, but once this is gone, I will be repurchasing this, and I'll probably be using it year round because it really agrees perfectly with my lips. Another monthly favorite is something I've already talked about with you guys, and that is the Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence. Now, I have a whole review on this one, so definitely go check that one out if you're super interested in this product, but I will be like a spoiler alert for you. I absolutely love it, and I totally recommend this sunscreen. Super lightweight. It feels like nothing on the skin. It doesn't irritate my skin at all. And why I've really appreciated it this month, even though I've been using it for a couple of months now, like I said, my skin is really dry lately, and having a hydrating sunscreen, first of all, just the word hydrating sunscreen like blows my mind because it's like that's not a product that's on the market, right? When I think sunscreens, I think drying, especially when you have dehydrated skin. Most sunscreens, especially when they contain alcohol, tend to pull moisture from your skin, at least in my experience. And this one has been hydrating to my skin. It definitely does not dry out my skin, and when your skin's already dry, that's super important. So I am loving this sunscreen. It plays super well underneath makeup. It feels like nothing on the skin. It's really weightless. Plus, I've been adding all those moisturizing layers like oil, so having a weightless sunscreen has just been, I don't know, I've just really been having a new appreciation for this product, even though it's already like maybe holy grail status sunscreen for me. And finally, my last favorite for the month of January is actually a makeup product, and that is the Missha M Magic Cushion Moisture. Now, I have to tell you guys, I kind of have to confess, I'm not really into cushion makeup at all, to be honest with you. I just feel like cushions, you know, they don't have a lot of coverage, and when you're like me, when you have a lot of hyperpigmentation, you're dealing with dark marks on a pretty regular basis, you want your base makeup to have pretty good coverage. So I find cushion makeup to be pretty sheer in my experience, and I'm lazy too. Gosh, like I just don't like touching up my makeup in the middle of the day, and most cushions, you know, they only last about 4 hours before you really need to touch it up. Even though it's not hard to touch up with a cushion makeup, I just generally find myself leaning more towards foundations. So I did pick this one up on a recommendation from a friend, and she's right, you know, this cushion is pretty great. So first things first, the best thing about this cushion, it's cheap. This was $9 on Amazon. You can't get much better than under $10 for makeup, in my opinion. So love the price, and the coverage I would say is like a light medium. I don't know that I could go as far as saying that it's a full-on medium coverage foundation, but it definitely is like a medium light. And to be honest with you, that's okay in my book, especially on a good skincare day. It gives me enough coverage, especially if I'm using a separate concealer product. So I really like this. The finish is dewy, so it really helps you fake that like glass skin look, which I'm loving. I love a dewy finish. I don't like a too dewy finish. This is like a nice medium dewy finish. Makes your skin just look really healthy or really glowy. Coverage is good, as I said before, and touch up on this one is a little closer to 6 hours rather than 4 hours, and that's acceptable in my book. So I've actually been leaning on this cushion a lot, especially for like my everyday makeup, because it's just really quick to apply. It's not as like troublesome as foundation. You have to put more effort into foundation. You have to have like the right cushion, like the right sponge or the right brush, and everything you need is just right here. It's just like really quick to go boom, boom, boom. It's got pretty good coverage. It's got an amazing price, and I'd really recommend it if you guys are in the market for a cushion foundation. If you like a little bit more like medium light coverage and you like something that lasts a little bit longer, I would recommend picking up the Missha M Magic Cushion Moisture. So those were my favorites from January. I've tried a lot of products, and I have been very, very lucky that a lot of them have been very good ones. So let me know in the comment box below, what is one of your favorite products that you've been using this month, whether it's new or a longtime favorite. I am curious to know, so let me know. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I release 2 new skincare videos every single week, and if you ring that little bell, you'll get notified the next time I upload the new video. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, please click through to my profile. I've got a link in the info box below, and come say hi on Instagram. I post there daily about my skincare adventures, including mini reviews and full routine lineups. So if you're addicted to skincare, just like I am, and you probably are because you're watching this video. If you are, come say hi on Instagram and give me a follow. So I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. I hope you've had a wonderful January. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see you so soon. Bye guys.